I'm going to be preaching to the choir here when I say that we now live in a world where enterprises and individuals alike are adopting cloud into their infrastructure at various levels. We are very cognizant that each organization is at different stages of their cloud journeys, be it fully cloud or multi-cloud or hybrid, or even for those organizations that are planning to adopt cloud. We at Progress Chef understand that it is vital to ensure that you are able to deploy our software easily into your cloud infrastructure. We now have offerings on public cloud marketplaces to ensure we solve a very important aspect in your journey. One is by providing templates for helping perform faster deployments and start your journey into Chef easily. And the second thing is to offer multiple purchasing options through the marketplaces and help you procure Chef the way that is most suitable to you and your organization for all practicality. So faster deployments, easier purchases. Let's start with a few poll questions. Your answers will help us understand how you and your organization purchase software through various marketplaces. This is going to be really useful for us to steer the rest of the webinar. First poll question. You should be seeing a poll question pop up on your screen. Do you make production grade deployments through the marketplace? This is an AWS Marketplace webinar, but if it is any other marketplace also, never mind, you can answer for that. That will give us an idea. And a quick second question. Do you or your organization purchase software through the marketplace? I mean, I'm asking this based on what I'm seeing for the first question. Do you or your organization purchase software through the marketplace? I believe this is going to help us really understand your preferred modes of procurement. So please go ahead, give your answers. Beautiful. Thank you for your answers. Let me go to the next slide. Okay. Now, what do I mean? So I'm going to keep it very specific to the kind of answers that you have provided. What do I mean by when I say we now offer multiple purchase options for you to pick from? We understand that each organization has its own process for how to purchase a software license. Some of you like to make purchases directly on cloud marketplaces with pre-existing approvals or budgets. And there are some of you who operate the traditional way of using the purchase order route. We have options that can help both cases. If you would like to transact with Chef directly, Progress Chef directly and use the marketplace only to make deployments, you can use our bring your own license, that is BYOL offer. Here we will work with your procurement team for payments and then hand over the license key for activation. If you would like to procure through the marketplace, we can work with you in rolling out a private offer to your AWS account for you to pay for our software through AWS's billing cycles. We also understand that there are many who are in the phase of evaluating Chef as a product and its suitability for your infrastructure and your process and systems. For that, we offer a one node offer through the AWS Marketplace that will spin up the full package for managing one node alone. We believe that should help you in evaluating Chef as a product to be a suitable candidate for your systems. Whichever your preferred mode of purchase, we are open to support it. Now, that gives me another poll question. You should see that in your window as we speak. Do you have committed spend agreements with AWS as an org? Some of you might refer to this as EDP spends. If you have a committed spend, please go ahead and give us an answer. Beautiful. Now that we talked about the different purchase options, what do we offer in terms of purchase options? Like the Chef product portfolio consists of 4 workload aligned products and our full suite product, the Chef Enterprise Automation Stack, the Chef EAS. Each workload aligned product, the Chef Infrastructure Management, the Chef App Delivery, Chef Compliance, and Chef Desktop, is designed to make life easier for the operators who own these workloads. Each is built on proven Chef technology, including Chef Infra for your infrastructure configuration, Chef Inspect for your policy-driven compliance automation, Chef Habitat for application delivery and definition, Chef Automate for observability, dashboarding, and analytics. So these are the different software bundles that we can make available for you, specifically if you are asking for private offers or if you want to bring your own license, anything at all, we can support all of these bundles for you. Now, we'll quickly take a small demo of the deployments and the procurement options that I was talking about. This demo will highlight the easy deployment options on AWS Marketplace. And we will also cover the use case part where we will help you scan your AWS nodes from Chef Automate from the deployment that you just made through the Marketplace. We begin by going into AWS Marketplace homepage and searching for Chef. You can find our listings here at the Marketplace. For purposes of this demo, I'm going to go with the first listing on the screen. Before you begin with the deployment, you can go through the terms and conditions, the EULA, the pricing, etc. I'm going to click on continue to subscribe. Okay, it's on your top right corner. Okay, now before configuring, you can see the EULA again. Let us continue. Okay. I'm going to launch with the defaults. Continue to launch. Let's pick the default CloudFormation template that's available. And then the launch button will get enabled now. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to go with the default templates. That are included. I'm giving it a standard name for this test. I'm going to call it Chef Automate Test. And I'm going to pick my key pair for accessing this instance that will be created for me. And we will then fill in the basic details required for security group and VPC. Please remember that this will spin up an instance in your AWS account with Chef Infra Server and Automate in it. Let's proceed with verifying our inputs. Okay, everything looks good. Let's click on Create Stack. As you can see the stack creation has proceeded. We can track the progress from within the AWS console. You can see the different events that are happening during the stack creation process. You can have the info of the stack. All of this will be available by default on your AWS console. And the output section is the one that you will have to watch out for, where once the deployment is done, you will have the details for accessing. Okay, when it is all done, you can see the output section. It has the details of the Automate instance that was created for us. I'm going to open it now. Okay. Since this is an installation without an SSL configured, you have to click on proceeding with caution. Let's do that. Okay, voila. We have to sign in as a local user. And to begin using Automate, let's go back to the output section to get our credentials. So as you can see, we have the username as admin and a given password that is generated for it. I'm going to use that. Click on sign in. Okay. Congratulations. We have successfully deployed Chef Infra Server and Automate into a new AWS instance on your account. You will have to register with us by giving your details for getting started. I'm going to be giving my details here. Go for one. I have to agree to the terms and conditions. We strongly urge you to accept the checkbox to help us send communications to you about the latest and greatest of Chef. Let's register. Perfect. Now we go to the next part of the demo of performing a compliance scans using Chef Automate. Automate is the central dashboard to manage and view your reports, perform node management and compliance scans, and a whole lot more. We will focus on running a compliance scan in this demo. To begin, we have to go to the settings tab and add a node integration. To begin that, we have to store our credentials for accessing our AWS instances. Let me create a credential. I'm going to be using a PEM key that I have for the instance that I have created for this purpose of this demo. The username goes in. Let me give the RSA key from the PEM key. Done. We now have our credentials stored. Let's go into node integrations. Okay. Click on create integration. Here you have multiple options: AWS, Azure, GCP, cloud providers of your choice. For this demo, we'll be going with AWS node integration. Let me give this integration a name. I'll just go with some sample ones. Okay. And then I will have to key in my accounts, AWS accounts programmatic access key and secret. I should then go provide the tags of the instances that I want to integrate. Let me go get the tag for the EC2 instance that I created for this test. This is the instance that I created. All right, let me go to tags. See, I have created a tag called purpose AWS Marketplace test. I'll go key that in. Okay. Let's select the credentials that we have already added. Now click on save. We have successfully created an AWS node integration with our Chef Automate. Now we go into the compliance tab. This tab contains all the reports, the scan jobs, the profiles that you have. Let us open the profiles in our Automate. For that, let's click on profiles. Should open up in a bit. Yes. As you can see, Automate comes default with a set of profiles. I'm going to pick one for our test now. Since I have a Linux instance that I have created, I'm going to pick a Linux benchmark. Once you click on get, it gets added into your list of profiles for scanning. We can now go to creating a scan. Click on scan jobs and then the create button. We pick our node integration, the profile that we want to use. I'm giving it a sample name. And please note that you can also set the date for scheduling a scan job. I'm going to create one right away without a schedule. Once you create the scan job, it goes into the queue of scans. You can see it is running immediately since we didn't schedule it for a later time. Okay, it's running. Perfect. It has finished scanning. Let us see. If you click on the report button, you can see the report. Voila. We've discovered vulnerabilities identified by our scan. You can click on the controls tab to see a list of all highlighted controls that need remediation. As you can see, there are a whole bunch of controls that have been identified as vulnerabilities. You can always access the reports in the reports section. That brings us to the end of this demo. To give a quick recap of what we just saw, we saw how to find Chef on the AWS Marketplace, how to deploy Chef from the marketplace, using Automate for scanning on your AWS instances, seeing a report on the Automate dashboard. We'll be dropping links to the documentation into the chat window. Since we saw how to make deployments, we would like to understand what kind of deployments you make through the marketplace usually. Can you please answer this poll question? Okay. Would you like a solution architect to walk through the different current products that are available in the marketplace if you want to proceed with the available options on the marketplace? And we are happy to have a conversation with you. Now, quickly proceeding to the next slide. We really encourage you to subscribe to our Discourse channel. It's a brilliant way to keep on top of everything that happens in Chef. You will be notified about everything latest on Chef. To give a glimpse of what we made, you can see the release highlights that were done there. Just try to point some of the very specific AWS related cloud resources that we made. I want to remind that since we talked about the compliance in the demo, our compliance profiles are CIS benchmarked. This will help you ensure your AWS feed is compliant with CIS certified AWS benchmarks. That brings me to the end of this demo. I think we have some questions. Okay, I'm going to.
Me too, Sud. I have a question from the audience. I apologize, I didn't write down whose name this was, but they asked about support.
Yes. So, this is a fully supported distribution channel. All standard support that we have for our traditional deployments will be available here too. The license key that you purchase will be fully functional for traditional support.
Okay, does that help everyone?
Yes.
The other question was, under which account will the AWS instances that you deploy be in?
Yes. So when you make a deployment in whatever form of offer that I was talking about, the deployment will spin up an AWS instance under your account and install Chef Infra and Automate into that instance.
Okay. A follow-up, is there support, and this might have been answered in that first question, is there support for using AWS SSM agent to connect and run the compliance scans instead of using your SSH key?
Yes, we can. That is a traditional way in which Chef operates. So here I was showing you a direct node integration. The traditional way in which we do it is that we install our agents on the individual nodes called infra clients. The infra clients are then added into the infra server, and there is a constant polling that happens between the two for you to send communication about your configuration cookbooks, your inspect profiles, or even in remediation content. It happens in the traditional route, we will have the infra clients installed.
SK, does that help answer your question? We are talking AWS SSM agent, not Chef client.
We do not have direct supports for easy deployments there at this route yet. But Srikanth, I'm more than happy to talk to you specifically to understand your use case and see how you want to take this forward for specific deployments, and we can work out something together.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Hey, what if I already have a license? Can I use the same here?
Yes. Thanks for bringing that question up. The offer BYOL, bring your own license, specifically meant for you to bring the licenses that you have already purchased from us if you want to make deployment into the AWS Marketplace. Yes, you can do that.
Another one, can you take a session for migrating from Chef 16 to Chef 17?
Thanks, Venkat. Thank you for bringing this topic up. We will definitely add it to our queue of webinars. We will like to walk you through any of the specific doubts that you have. But if you do not want to wait for a specific webinar for that to happen, please reach out to us. We can have a specific conversation with you to understand what troubles you might have in migrating from Chef 16 to 17, and we can help you with that.
I also have one that came in private. Will you be able to give me custom pricing?
Yes. So when I say private offers, we will work with you. We will of course need your AWS account ID to extend a private offer to you. The private offer will be tailor-made specifically for your account. It will come into your AWS account and you can accept it. The beauty is that when you accept it, it will get added into your AWS billing cycle. So the private offers that we roll on AWS Marketplace to your AWS account will be added into your AWS billing cycle. So that means you pay us through the AWS Marketplace. I hope that answers your question.
I think it does. We also have something in the chat that Juan and Graith were talking about. Can we confirm that Chef Desktop hosts on a different VPC than our VPC, or it hosts deployed on our own VPC? And is there a cost for that? Do you see that in the chat? Yes. In case I mess that up.
Okay, so I'm assuming both the questions are related, or Tinu, if you are asking about cost on something else, please do elaborate a bit. Yes, we do not support very specific VPCs at this point, but please, I would like to have a conversation with you. If you have a very complicated VPC setups, we can work with you on creating one for you. And VM as we move forward.
I think I'm looking through. This is awesome. I appreciate everybody's questions, and I hope that we were able to answer it. And what's nice is, Sud, you giving the opportunity if we wanted to talk to you one-on-one. To do that, if you want to give me a standalone email address, or that with that poll question will be identified, we'd be more than happy to talk to you. I'm also going to put in that open chat those links for you to join us on Discord and see where those references are, to give you some valuable resources as well.
Yes, yes. And I think Srikanth has asked another question about using external services or putting everything into a VM. So thanks for bringing this up, Srikanth. At present, our deployment puts everything into a VM. But we in the pipeline, it's in the pipeline. We want to support external services. We want to support fully functional HA deployments. These are all in the pipeline. But if you are in urgent need of it, I'm happy to have a conversation with you on that.
that's all the questions that I am seeing.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we've answered all of those, but I
Yes.
see that I think they're all complete.
Yes.
And then we'll get back to you, like I said, and thanks, SV, for your information. We'll go ahead and have someone contact you about that other
Yes.
question that you had.
And if you have very specific questions at all, we are happy to bring in a solution architect to address any of your questions and see how we can make Progress work in your system and environment. So please drop in a note. You can reach out to, like I said, please reach out to us, join our community Slacks, join our Discourse channels. These are beautiful places for you to get updated about everything there is to know about Chef. Okay. And I think that brings us to the end of questions and the end of the session. Thanks a lot for attending our live webinar. If you have any suggestions on topics, like someone had asked for doing a migration related session, please give in your suggestions. I would like to know more. Drop us a note in the chat. We really appreciate your time and commitment, and we really value your insight. Thank you. Thank you again. I know every 30 minutes count in this remote working setup that we have in the crazy world right now. Thank you for taking the time and decided to spend the 30 minutes with us to know about Chef deployments on AWS Marketplace. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you.